Hey, how are you this evening? So, tonight I want to talk about the contributions of people of color, specifically Black and, well, actually, folks from the African diaspora, and their contributions to science and technology, engineering, arts, and math. And where we're going to start today is with Benjamin Banneker. And I felt that rather than just try to talk about specifically what any one individual scientist or um, contributor to our collective history, I I thought that it would be important to try to break down across the board how collectively throughout our history there has been tremendous inspiration and not even just inspiration, but amazing things done by people of color that traditionally is not put in the traditional history books and left out, and I want to highlight them tonight. So I have several books that we have in our library, and this is a book that my son's godmother had given him, and it talks about she gave it to him years ago, but we decided we're going through it, and we're going to go through it more. We haven't gone through it just because it talks about some topics, namely slavery. That is not something that I personally wanted to have my son exposed to too early, but this is the book, and it openly speaks about it. But I thought it was really, really important that I share with you the life of Benjamin Banneker. He was born in 1731 and died in 1806. And I'm not going to go and give you a history lesson or whatever. It's just me each day over the next month highlighting a different person from the African diaspora that has contributed significantly to our collective existence. And what Benjamin Banneker did, he was a surveyor, a mathematician, and I believe also an astronomer. Let me make sure I'm not saying that incorrectly. Yeah, an astronomer as well. And so he helped, as a surveyor, he helped with the first president, the technical first president, we'll go into that one day as well, George Washington, with surveying the land in Washington, D.C. And so that's something that had I not read this book, I would never know, because it was not taught to us in school when I was growing up. So it's really, really important. I have some other books that we will be going over, and I'm actually just going to share it with you today because I think it's important. We've also purchased Kids Scientists, and as you can see, we have Katherine Johnson, the great mathematician, as well, that we're going to highlight and talk about. She helped with the first trip to Mars, right? And there's a whole movie about her and the other brilliant African-American women that helped with, but specifically Katherine Johnson helped with the initial space launch. And then Neil deGrasse Tyson, in his exceptional work that he has done in the field of science, specifically in physics. And so I never really go, as I'm communicating with you guys, into really detail on any subject. I try to keep it very top level and just talk to you about the importance of what we're doing with our young people now. But I think that especially in this month for children of color and young girls, especially young girls of color, it's important that they can see themselves in successful places in history and also presently. So I will be highlighting current day mathematicians of color this month, as well as scientists, technologists, and people who are just doing amazing things. And so I have these two books. And then this last book is Black Inventors in the Age of Segregation. And there are some names that I would have never known had we not been exposed to this book, like Granville T. Woods and Lewis H. Latimer and Shelby Davidson, right? And so these are some of the books that we'll be going through over the month and over the course of the year and through our lives. And as I collect more and more pieces of literature to support not just children of color, but all children, but definitely want to ensure that not just throughout the month of February, that we're going to highlight our collective history of all of the people who have come to have created tremendous developments over the course of our collective lifetimes. And so from India, from China, everywhere. But again, this month is all about Black History Month. So Benjamin Banneker is who we're highlighting today. And so if you haven't already started your work with your children or haven't seen your children working in this area, it's important to give them that space to do so and to connect with, whether they're a child from the African diaspora or not, give them the opportunity to connect with and understand the beauty of our collective history and how the contributions of one impact the lives of many. And so with that, I'm gone. And thank you so much for tuning in. And I will be checking back in with you tomorrow. And I truly appreciate you and the time that you spend here with us, learning, growing, and enriching our futures together. Bye-bye.